There we go. It's recording.
So
There we go.
379 is chapter 11.
12. Chapter 12, page 379 in your study guide. And then it's like
chapter
4.
11 for mine.
It is?
Yeah, it says chapter
In
11.
your study guide or the book?
No, my study guide. It says 379 is chapter 11.
Yeah, but in chapter 12?
Like this.
Mine's chapter 12.
Yeah,
Mine
mine's
too.
12 too.
That's
At
weird.
the beginning of the chapter. Does it say makeup?
Hold on, let me see again. Hold on. I might have the wrong book. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm blonde. Wrong book. Sorry.
The textbook, yeah, the textbook would have been chapter 11 at that page. We're on 433 in the textbook.
I'm blonde. It's okay.
That's
Sorry.
okay. Gotcha. I'm like, okay, if you say so. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's me. All right. So, are we ready to finish this chapter up? Okay. So it starts off with makeup for teenagers, right? All right, just in case we haven't heard, this is Tuesday. All right. So the education is the primary concern for teenage clients. That should be up there, right? On your book already? No? Okay, so right next to makeup for teenagers, above the bullets, okay? Education is the primary concern for teenage clients. Remember I said you could actually go out and speak to the high schools, you know, to the young ladies and even the gentlemen sometimes because they're, you know, getting breakouts too. But they all want to be educated on it. They don't want to have, you know, breakouts and pimples. All right, so your first bullet is, in many cases, it's oil-free or acne treatment formulas for their cleansing, toning, and moisturizing. So in many cases, it's oil-free or acne treatment formulas for cleansing, toning, and moisturizing. So either we're trying to keep up, you know, keep the skin looking good, like maintenance, or we're going to try and help clear it up. All right, the second bullet is because teenage skin tends to be oily, liquid foundations are extremely sheer and natural looking for them. So because teenage skin tends to be oily, okay, liquid foundations that are extremely sheer and natural looking are good recommendations for them. Because they always want to put that heavier makeup on. And it's kind of sad too, because remember I was talking about how the ROPs look so young, but then they look so old. In one class, they were like, they had this heavy makeup on, like they were really going to a club or a photo shoot. So sometimes wearing all that makeup on somebody that has a lot of breakouts is not a wise choice, but they want to look like their friends. Okay, makeup for men, and yes, they do wear it. This should go straight across where it says makeup for men. Okay, they lack the knowledge of what might be possible for them in skincare. Okay, they lack the knowledge of what might be possible for them in skincare. Because it all starts there. Skin first, makeup second. Right, has everyone got that part? Okay, then this is your first bullet. So you want to provide a thorough education on product application. So provide a thorough education on product application. And we had a couple of gentlemen here at the school that were, you know, cosmetologists who wore makeup, but it was very subtle and they weren't gay. They were just around, you know, they were always doing selfies or whatever, but it looked good. It wasn't a, you know, tacky look. Okay, the second one is the male aesthetic market is growing, which is true. The male aesthetic market is growing. And I think I told you I kept Thursday nights from like 6 to 9. Sometimes it was 6 to 10, depending on how many clients I had. And that was booked for men only, because some of them didn't want to come in when there was women here. So I would give them one night a week, or they could book it any other time. But if they just didn't want to have women in the salon when they were there, their time was from 6 to 9 or 10 on Thursdays. Okay, the third bullet. Okay, most men are interested in a very simple skincare regimen. Okay. Most men are interested in a very simple skincare regimen. So their makeup, okay, is basically going to be like bronzers or concealers or lip balms. You know, they're not going to go all crazy on that. So bronzers, concealers, and lip balms for makeup. I can hear Griselda now. My husband is not wearing bronzer concealer in me. Right, Griselda? Okay. All right, and your last bullet there. Okay, apply and recommend products that appear as natural as possible. Okay, apply and recommend products that appear as natural as possible. Okay, did everyone get all of those in there? You need to tell me if you didn't, okay? Okay, because I'm trying to go through here and see who I see. I'm not seeing everybody on here, so let me go up here for a second. Still want to see a couple
Miss
of them.
Janie,
Okay.
what was that first wax that we were using?
It was from Eva Aesthetics. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I'll think of it before the end of the day because I don't have it right here in front of me. Why?
Because I think I'm allergic to it. I kind of broke out a couple of spots. Yeah, like really bad.
But that must have been the beige one, right?
It wasn't
blue-
the one that we got in our kit. It was the one we used before.
Okay, the blue one.
I think so. Yeah, because I broke out like a little bit like right here and really bad on my back. So I'm like, I'm gonna stay clear away from that one.
Yeah. See, I don't like that one. I don't care what they say. I do not like it. It's too thick. Okay, it can't be spread easily for a new student. It just doesn't work well. So, okay, I'll let her know. That's the one that's for the clients. It's not usually breaking out, but God, I don't want it to happen. The beige one that you guys are using is so easily applied. Okay, it really is. It makes it easy to learn. All right, so now we're going to go through your makeup essentials. Okay, you have 3 bullets there, correct? All right, the first one is that makeup products must be frequently replaced to ensure optimum sanitation and safety. Okay, does each one of them have like a different, I guess, time frame? Like, you know, your mascaras, I think are like 3 months or something like that. Foundations for maybe 6, but they each have a different time frame for how good they're still gonna be working. All right. Your second bullet is before beginning any makeup service, be sure you have all the proper skincare and makeup products needed to do this application. Okay. So before beginning any makeup service, be sure you have all the proper skincare and makeup products needed to perform that makeup, because it's got to be the worst thing having to run around and find a brush, a cotton, whatever. Okay, it just wastes so much time. So if you have a little makeup area with your makeup setup, you should have a drawer with all that stuff in there so that you can go like this and grab it whenever you need it. Okay. And the third one, have a variety of makeup application tools available. Okay, don't just have one set of makeup brushes, all right? You need a couple, especially if you're going to be doing back-to-back makeup, because you're not going to have time to do that disinfection on those brushes and stuff. So you want to make sure you got as many disposable things as you can. That helps. But your brushes, they really do need to just be clean. So have a couple of sets. You know what? What's kind of cool is that it's box something. I don't know. You know those gifts that they would give you, you pay like on a monthly basis? I forgot what the one that I'm thinking of is called, but it's like 30 bucks, I think. And they give you a set of brushes every single time, just about.
I think it's BoxyCharm.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're, looking at that for 30 bucks, that's cost you for a pretty good set of brushes anyways. You may as well get that and get to try new makeup while you're doing it. Okay, so your makeup products now, you should have 11 on this page. Yeah, 11 bullets on there. Okay, and your first one is cleanser / makeup remover removes dirt, makeup, and impurities. So cleanser / makeup remover removes dirt, makeup, and impurities. So do you remember what we are supposed to use to remove that surface dirt and makeup? Anyone?
You
I
mean
brought it
like our
up.
pre-cleanse?
Yeah, like a pre-cleanse, okay?
Okay.
Pre-cleanse or your ultra calming, you know, to get that makeup off or surface dirt. So just because a client said, well, I wash my face at home and, you know, did you moisturize? Oh, yeah, I did. And you're looking at them going, I bet you didn't tone, right? So you want to make sure you're just getting off that surface dirt from the time that she left her house till right here, okay, until she gets here. So we just do a real quick cleanse, tone, and moisturize. All right, the second one is the toner purifies and balances the skin's pH. Okay, the toner purifies and balances the skin's pH. Do you remember what they are? What the skin's pH is?
It's 7, right?
4.5,
Oh,
4.5
no.
to 5.5.
Yes, that's it. 4.5 to 5.5. Water is 7, Jasmine. You're trying. All right. Your third one, okay, the moisturizer replenishes moisture or oil and protects the skin. So it replenishes the moisture or oil because depending on which type of moisturizer you're going to use, you're either going to use an oil-free or you're going to use one that has a little bit of oil in it. Okay. So moisturizer replenishes the moisture or oil and protects the skin. All right. Your next one is your eye cream supports, moisturizes, and cushions tissues around the eyes. So eye creams support, moisturizes, and cushions tissues around the eyes.
Miss Janie, is an eye cream like really necessary, or is it just the same thing as moisturizer? So like, could I put it just like under my eyes and that works the same way?
Yeah, and
Okay.
a lot of people that have very dry skin really do need that because you can't put that moisturizer right up there because it'll get into there because it travels, right? So if you get it that close to the eye, what happens is they blink and blink and it gets into their eye and then they're irritated. So yeah, the eye cream is just like a moisturizer, but for the eyes. And drier skin seems to need it more. Okay. The next one is the exfoliator will remove excess surface skin cells because it's going to exfoliate it off. The exfoliator removes excess surface skin cells. Okay, you ready for the next one? All right. Concealer eliminates discolorations and diminishes the appearance of blemishes. So concealer eliminates discolorations and diminishes the appearance of blemishes. Okay, did we get it? All right. The seventh one down is foundation creates an even skin tone and uniform surface. So foundation creates an even skin tone and uniform surface. Okay, the eighth one is going to be the blush adds color or contour and shaping. So blush adds color or contour shaping. Okay, ready for the next one? Okay, 9 is eyeliner accentuates and defines the shape of the eyes. Okay, eyeliner accentuates and defines the shape of the eyes. Okay, you ready for 10? Okay, eyeshadow accentuates the shape and color of the eye. It contours and shades. So eyeshadow accentuates shape and color of the eye, and contours and shades. Thinking of that right now. I brought in my stencils, okay? So we have those that we can play with tomorrow also. So you can practice on them. Okay, I've got 2 sets. All right. Did you get the last one in there, everyone? Okay, and then the very, very last one is eyebrow pencil or powder fills in, defines, or corrects the shape of the eyebrows. So eyebrow pencil or powder fills in, defines, and or corrects the shape of the eyebrows. Let me break it down for you. Okay, the eyebrow pencil and powder, okay, fills in, okay, defines and or corrects the shape of the eyebrows. Okay, you ready for the next page? All right, we should be on 280, or excuse me, 380. And it has makeup products at the top, so this is going to be the last 4. Okay. Next to makeup products continued, you're going to put makeup, or excuse me, mascara defines, lengthens, and thickens the lashes. Okay. Mascara defines, lengthens, and thickens the lashes. Okay, and then lip liner, the next one, okay. All right, defines the natural or corrects the shape of the lips, okay. Lip liner defines the natural or corrected shape of the lips. Okay, did everybody get that one in there? Okay, the next one is lip color adds color and texture to the lips. Okay, and then your last one. Okay, the lip gloss adds high shine and fullness. Okay, lip gloss adds high shine and fullness. All right, here's our infection control procedures and guidelines, right? So there should be 7 underneath this one, okay? And the very first one is to use disposable applicators whenever possible and discard them after you use them. And then what do? If you use disposables, you
Sanitize?
yes, you throw them away and you sanitize. Thank you. Okay. 2, you're going to avoid using products directly from their containers. That's why we scrape them out. Okay. Avoid using products directly from the containers because you contaminate it. third one is to sharpen all the pencils with a sanitized sharpener, or what they call a self-sharpening. And then you want to spray it with alcohol. So sharpen all pencils with a sanitized sharpener or self-sharpening, then spray with alcohol. Normally what I tell the girls to do is to sharpen before and after using it, no matter what, okay? Because you don't know what it might have picked up in the meantime. Okay. You ready for the fourth one? Okay. Remove all products if the client shows any sign of an allergic reaction. Okay, remove all product if the client shows any signs of an allergic reaction. Sorry. Okay. Ready for the next one? Already? Avoid excess pressure in and around the eye area. So avoid excess pressure in and around the eye area. And which way are you supposed to go on our eyes? In. Yep, in. Okay. And then the sixth one is to exercise extra precaution to avoid getting products or implements in the eyes. Okay. Exercise extra precaution to avoid getting products or implements in the eye. I had one student that literally pinched this lady's eyelid when she was trying to curl it with a lash curler. And then she tried to tell me, she goes, "It's the lash curler." I'm like, "I'm pretty sure that had to do with you using it. You're the one that squeezed it that close." She's like, "No." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, I'm sorry, that's all you got to say. And your last one, implements must be disinfected or discarded after each use. Okay, implements must be disinfected or discarded after each use. That way we're not putting it back down on your clean area, which is your sanitary maintenance area. Okay, then you have this client consultation, and it basically tells you, determine the exact nature of the client's needs, like, is it a wedding? What type of occasion is it, right? And then find out, you're going to use the 5 phases of service. So we're going to put, the first one is to greet your client. Okay, number 1. Number 2, you're going to ask, analyze, or assess. Just call them the 3 A's. Ask, analyze, and assess. You have to ask questions, analyze those answers, and then assess the situation. The third one is going to be agreement. The fourth one is going to be delivery. And the fifth one is going to be completion. Okay, you have a little box at the bottom, and it says, think of people you have seen wearing makeup, and then later not wearing makeup. What are the differences you notice when makeup is not worn?
They're usually, when they're wearing like contour and stuff, their face isn't usually as defined, and it kind of throws you off. I mean, it throws me off when I take my makeup off. So like, I'll take it off and I'm like, oh yeah, my cheeks aren't that like
a little bit chubbier, their eyes look a little bit beadier.
Yeah, no, like I know when I put, the way I do my makeup is kind of so it opens them up a little bit, and they give it more of like a cat eye shape, I guess, to define the almond shape. But like when I take it off, I'm like, oh, my eyes are a little bit bigger and wider than I thought they were.
You're lucky, because mine are tiny little things. Look like little beady cat eyes. I swear I was Asian, only my skin doesn't match. All right, learning connection, okay? This is being able to reach for the right brush will be as important as you offer makeup services in the future. So identify the brush pictured below by placing the name of the brush on the line to the right of the corresponding letter shown above the brush. I think this corresponds with your study guide. It does have a picture in your textbook, right? On page 438 or 440, somewhere around there.
It's
So-
436.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm gonna give you once a homework assignment, is to do the learning connection with the brushes. Okay. So there's your first, when I come across it, that's what we have to do it. So you're gonna have to label those and we'll check them tomorrow. Okay. The rest of your homework is also going to be making sure chapter 12 is completed on the computer. The assignments that are on there, okay? So today and tomorrow is basically finishing up whatever these assignments are plus the challenge, okay? On 12.1 and 12.2. All right, and then you're going to do your key terms that I give you from, well, actually the answers from the test questions so that you can do the vocab on that. All right, so this is basically today and tomorrow to finish up this chapter, okay? And then you're going to go to do the matching on page 384. Okay, you also have that.
Miss Janie, I still don't have my workbook. It's not showed up yet. Is there any way for the learning connection tonight you could like send me the pages like on text or something, like a picture of them or something, and I can just print it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. For the for just the workbook stuff, right? Because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can-
Like I have that textbook with me, just not the actual workbook. Yeah.
Okay. So I can give you one if you want to come in and pick it up, and I'll make sure that you have the rest of it for tomorrow.
Okay.
But, okay. And what you're going to need to do, the computer does the other part of it, so you can do that part. Okay. So you're going to go to 12.1, and it does have a couple of little assignments, and then it has a challenge. Okay. And then 12.2, it's on the computer, so you don't have to worry about it because it won't show up in the book. It'll only show up on the computer, and you don't have to take a picture of it because it should show up in there unless it asks you to take a picture. Like the challenge is already on there. Once you put it in there, it gives me a score. Okay.
Miss Janie, can you like send me the picture too? So like I'm out of town right now. Are you able to send me a picture of it and I could just write it in my workbook and send it to you?
Yeah, the matching, right?
Yeah, so I can
Yeah.
just like, yeah, it's not, I don't have my textbook with me right now. So,
You don't have your textbook?
oh, my textbook or my, the
Learning connection?
workbook. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll photocopy these and send it on the zip, okay? So that I make sure I get this out there here. Okay, the 380, pick 384, right? Is that yeah, 384. And then the other stuff is on the computer. Okay.
Do you want us to do the challenge or the brain conditioner for chapter
Yes.
12?
Yes. We'll have to send that too, the brain conditioner and the okay, and challenge that's in the book. And challenge. Okay, so let me get my book really quick. Because I can't give you, you know what I mean? I can't give you my book because it's got the answers in it. That would be terrible. All right, there we go. Okay, got you set. Okay.
So Miss Janie, for the brain conditioner, did you want us to do all these questions or just like, 'cause there's like 3 pages worth of questions. There's 40 questions.
Let me see. Yeah, between today and tomorrow, yes.
Okay, so do them between today and tomorrow. So like do like 1.5 today to 1.5
Right.
tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not even going to give you homework for tomorrow because I'm going to give you all of it today just to finish it.
Okay.
So if you don't finish today, you know you can add it to tomorrow's time.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, because you have your,
So-
your on Thursday when you come back in.
So what do we do for time tomorrow then?
You're gonna have all this done by then?
I have no idea. It depends on. I'm just saying, just in case. Like if I just hyper focus on it, I get it
Let's
done.
put it this way. Let's see how far you get with this, and if you still need work tomorrow, I'll give you some more work. I'll
Okay, because I know I already sent in the key terms like 2 weeks ago, so I'm like already have that done.
Okay. All right, so then finish off this, and if you need more time, then I'll put some more work up tomorrow. Okay?
Miss Janie,
Probably will need some work, huh? Because we'll
you'll
start
be
another
giving us,
tomorrow. Go ahead.
sorry, you give us the study guide for the test today, and then we do the definitions for the test questions, right?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to be doing those test questions, right? Tomorrow I'll give you keywords for the new chapter, so we can cover it on that way, okay? All right, so I'm going to photocopy what I need to on to the zip, and if you don't have a workbook, then you're going to just fill that in, okay? And then you'll have to take a picture of it when you finish it, okay? So you can either take it onto the computer, do you see what I'm saying? And just fill it in if you can from that sheet that I send to the zip whip. I don't know how you do that, but if you can, and then just take a picture of it and send it back. Or you can bring it in to me on Thursday. Okay? Does everybody understand? Okay, I'll make sure I'll write it again because I do have a little break now from lunch before I take to my next one. I'm not like back up to each other. So as soon as this class is over, I will make sure that I do all that work, copy it, and send it to the zip so you guys will have it, okay? Because you can actually get your book. If those are you that are out of town, you'll be able to pull your book up online. It won't matter. Okay? You good with that? Okay. All right, so let's finish the rest of this one first. Since I got the homework out of the way, right? Okay. So got through this one. 381, right? Oh, look, Angela's coming in. Okay. 1 hour, huh? Hi, Angela, where are you? She go. Angela? I don't know where she went. All right, I'm going to continue because I let her in. I don't know where she went. All right, so the next page here, we are preparing the skin, correct? All right, think of the face as a canvas, all right? It's clean and receptive to color. So we want to cleanse, tone, and moisturize the skin first. We want to avoid any type of waxing to prevent irritation or redness. Okay, so think of the face as a canvas, clean and receptive to color. Okay. You want to cleanse, tone, and moisturize the skin. And avoid facial waxing, okay, to prevent that redness or irritation. Okay, and the textbook actually goes into like for daytime or evening use for makeup. They always say refer back to your rubrics, but you don't have to put that in there, okay? I'm just letting you know. But what should have been in there, okay, is think of the face as a canvas, clean and receptive to color. You want to cleanse, tone, and moisturize the skin and avoid facial waxing to prevent redness or irritation. You already finished with that one? I'm like seeing everybody like this, okay. All right, your basic makeup procedures. Okay, just move down to where it says makeup considerations for darker skin, okay? And you should have 7 little blocks in there. Hi, Angela, we changed our timing, okay? Where our time is from 10 to 12 now on our Zooms. Okay, it's all right. Just make sure you make a little note. I was gonna send a text last night and I forgot, totally got it, so it's my fault. Just an FYI. Okay, we are on page 381 in our study guide and 441 in your textbook. And we've gone down to where the little check boxes are, where it says makeup consideration for darker skin. Okay, So your first block is going to be careful not to go too dark or too cool in your color selections. Okay. Okay, be careful not to go too dark or too cool in your color selections. Okay, the second one is darker skin types can carry off more color than lighter skin. Okay. Darker skin types can carry off more color than lighter skin. Okay, ready for your third one? All right, pay extra attention to foundation. Okay. Your color choices should be able to even out larger areas of hyperpigmentation by using a concealer. Okay. So pay attention to the foundation. And your choices even out larger areas of hyperpigmentation by using a concealer. A lot of times darker skin will show their scarring will scar dark, especially on the face. So if they had acne when they were younger, you're trying to blend that, cover it up before you put that foundation on them. Okay, the fourth one, select warm or yellow-based products. Okay, select warm or yellow-based products to avoid ashy or bluish gray tones. Okay, that fifth one now, you want to concentrate more on highlighting instead of contouring, because the contouring is not going to show up so well on darker skin. Okay, so concentrate more on highlighting because contouring doesn't show up as well on darker skin. Okay. The sixth one is to use brown, dark brown, or black eyebrow pencils to create softer effects. Use brown, dark brown, or black eyebrow pencils to create a softer effect. Okay, and your last one is consider applying artificial lashes or individuals, doesn't matter, okay, in addition to your mascara to help balance out the eyes. So consider applying artificial lashes or individual lashes and mascara to create balance for the eyes. That should cover all of the ones for our darker skin. You should be on makeup considerations for Asian skin. And the first one on this one is to avoid using makeup colors that are too cool, which can make the client's skin look pink or or ashy. Okay. Avoid using makeup colors that are too cool, which can make the client's skin appear pink or ashy. You want to opt for more of a yellow tone, yellow-based tone. Okay, the second one, Asian hair tends to be straight and strong, which sometimes results in those eyebrows growing down. Okay, Asian hair tends to be straight and strong, which sometimes results in their eyebrows growing down. So we were talking about the lash enhancements that they were doing, where they were perming the eyelashes, but they were actually perming the brows too, because they were trying to bend it from being a straight brow like this, using the same perm solution that they use for the eyes, you know, for the lashes, to actually move this around and give it more shape and pliability with it. But you still can't do that. A cosmetologist can, but you can't, because you don't have any chemistry in perming or color. I know, bad, huh? Okay. All right, the third one is to select cool or ash tone pencils or powders. Okay, select cool or ash tone pencils or powders for eyebrows. And avoid colors that have red and orange in them. Because their eyebrows should match the hair on their head as close as possible. I used to laugh when people would say, oh, that blonde, are you gonna lighten your eyebrows? I'm like, why would I lighten my eyebrows? Even blondes make their eyebrows darker, okay? Because they want to be seen. That doesn't make any sense. And if you lighten them, they turn orange. And then if you lighten them too light, they look yellow. So no, I'm not going to lighten them. All right. A fourth one down is apply a light eyeshadow over the entire lid if the client has a deep set eye. Or if they want to desire a rounder looking shape. So apply a light eyeshadow over the entire lid if the client has deep set eyes and desires a rounder looking shape. And then the sixth one is use an eyelash conditioner if the eyelashes are extremely straight. Use a curler before you use mascara. So use an eyelash conditioner if the eyelashes are extremely straight, and use an eyelash curler before you use the mascara.
Miss Janie, what is eyelash conditioner? Is that like the eyelash primer before you do mascara, or?
It's actually, it's that, it's that lash enhancement solution. It's basically that perm solution that they use for it. That's what they're talking about, some type of conditioner, either that, or you can use like a gel to reshape them.
Oh, gotcha.
Because they're straight, right? And the lashes are straight, but you want to try and move them, and they don't move very well by themselves if they don't have like that conditioning product on there. But it's just like a gel, or you can perm them. But that's what they're just talking about. Because I've ever seen Asian eyes, they can't get a nice, especially a nice arch on there, because the hair grows down like this. And so they're trying to make this arch, and it just looks like somebody cut into their brow. So you have to be really careful with Asian hair. All right, your last one in here is select a clear lip and cheek color. Okay, select clear lip and cheek colors. You want to avoid light shades with brown or cool undertones, because they'll look muddy on Asians. Okay, so avoid shades with brown or cool undertones, which appear muddy on Asian skin tones. And it should be on the next page once you're finished with this. So, sorry, 382. Sorry, I'm just yawning and I couldn't stop it. It should have makeup considerations for mature skin. Okay. You don't want to say old, but I say, oh, she's my grandmother's age. No, it's just mature. All right. You should have five blocks on that one. Okay. And the first one is mature skin may show signs of exposure to the sun and the environment. What does that leave the skin with?
Wrinkles.
Wrinkles and what else? Hyperpigmentation, right? So mature skin may show signs of exposure to sun and environment, which results in that hyperpigmentation and fine lines and wrinkles. I also want you to put in there, the skin becomes thinner as we age, okay? And more opaque, I guess you could say, more chalky. So being thinner, you're not going to want to like overly exfoliate or use too much pressure on that because you don't want to drag it. You know, so you got to be careful with mature skin. Okay. The second one is you're going to use gentle cleansing and toning products, followed by rich moisturizers. Okay. Use gentle cleansing and toning products, followed by rich moisturizers.
So should we not exfoliate mature skin or just a light exfoliation?
You just want to use a light one, and it depends on which one you're going to be using. Like mature skin, you probably want to be using something to remove the hyperpigmentation. So it could be like the vitamin. You can also start on peels with them. So there's other choices that you can go to as far as like, you wouldn't do that on a client that's your age, you know, first thing. With theirs, you can take it a little bit, but you also have to remember they have to be built up also. You know, you can't just put something that strong because that's mature skin. You're gonna have to work that tolerance up. Okay. The third one, okay, is prepare mature skin with extra emollient hydration products. Okay. Prepare mature skin with extra emollient hydration products. And don't forget the eye area.
What was the word you just said? You said prepare with extra what?
Emollient, and it's EMOLLIENT, emollient hydration products. So a good product like that would be hyaluronic acid. Okay, so that it keeps in that moisture, because it's like 1,000 times its weight in water. So you want to put something like that on somebody that's more mature. Okay, and don't forget the eye area. Okay, the fourth one is to choose the foundation that's slightly deeper than their natural skin tone. Okay, choose a foundation that's slightly deeper than their natural skin tone, because they already kind of look kind of pale or pasty. So you want to go just a little bit darker than that. Okay, and you also want to apply it with a damp sponge. Okay. Because if you just apply it with either your fingertips or something, or a dry sponge, what ends up happening is it gets into the little creases and then it looks like it's caked on. So you got to be real careful. All right, and the last one, it says to opt for powders rather than pencils for a softer natural effect. So opt for powders rather than pencils for a softer natural effect. Okay. Ready for the next one? Makeup for considerations for bridal makeup. Okay. And there are 4 in this one. Okay. The first one is to schedule a consultation and makeup run through before the wedding day. So you're going to have to charge her enough to cover both those days. Okay. Because you don't want to have to like practice before the day that, like the day of the wedding, because she's gonna be running for time as it is. So you're gonna practice it, make sure that's what you liked before you do it on the actual wedding day. All right. The second block in there is to try to book the consultation on the same day as the fitting for her gown, so that all these details are very fresh. Okay. Try to book the consultation on the same day as a fitting for her gown. Okay, so it's fresh, the details will be fresh in her mind. The third one is the application needs to last throughout the day or evening, okay, with minimal upkeep. She's not going to have a pocketbook to put all of her little makeup in, go to touch-ups in the restroom. Okay, so the application needs to last throughout the entire day or evening with minimal touch-ups. This is where the spray makeup actually comes in handy, because that doesn't wipe off and it stays on pretty long time. All right, and the last one, beware that wearing white, ivory, or other light colors may have a draining effect on the skin. Okay, they have come up with this conclusion, you know, whether you're cool, warm, or neutral in wearing lighter colors like this. So only a cool skin tone can really wear that ivory white and look really good in it, okay? The ivory is for more warmer skin tones, okay? And that's why they look so good. Otherwise, you've got to be careful. You're putting on a little bit darker than they normally wear, right? Because they're not going to look that flattering if they are warm skinned, that bridal white on there. So normally it's usually ivory on that one. And your last one on this one is your specialty makeup. And you're just going to write in there camouflage, corrective, airbrush, or permanent makeup. So camouflage, corrective, airbrushing, or permanent makeup. Now, it used to be like about 10, 15 years ago, people would get their eyeliner done on their eyes. I mean, that was like a must-have, because if they weren't wearing mascara, at least they had something around their eyes to make it look a little darker, especially if you had light lashes, like blonde lashes. So I don't know if that's really the case now. More people want other things done instead of tattooing their eyeliner on. They also did eyelining of the lips, or like lip lining, which I didn't care for either. I just kept thinking, okay, you can't even put permanent makeup on somebody's cheeks if they have large pore sizes, because it's going to look like, you know, a bunch of little dots on her face. So I'd go for the eyeliner maybe, and maybe the lip, but you got, you know, you'd have to do constant touch-ups because we're always eating, so that just like lipstick's going to come off, it'll wear off a lot quicker than, say, the eyeliner that's been tattooed on. So colors change and seasons change. I don't know if I want the same color all the time. So that's something you have to take into consideration.
In class, are we gonna learn how to do airbrush foundation or airbrush?
It's an actual extra class that you can pay for. And if I get enough students in there, Miss Connie will do it. It'll cover your gun and your foundations and stuff.
I would be interested. I've always wanted to try.
Because some of the girls said they wanted to also. So I'll get a list together and then they can set it up. They'll usually do it on a Monday, but we have to wait until everybody gets back into school first.
Yeah.
So take it care of. But yes, we do.
That's awesome.
It's not part of the program itself. Okay. The last one on this page is camouflage makeup considerations. Okay. And there are 3 basically here.
Miss Janie, it's 10:59.
I know. I was going to go
Okay.
through this, but you know what? I'll break right here and then come back and finish that. Okay. So go ahead and take your break and I'll see you at 10 after. All right. Got it. Okay. How are we doing? We may not get to test questions today. We might get it tomorrow if I'm going to finish this chapter. So I'm waiting for everybody. They're still trying to get in. What? No, nobody's in. When we go on break, if you can just leave your phone, like your computer on, that way you don't have to worry about coming back into the room. Because that's what I do my afternoon, just leave it on, you know, for those 10 minutes. You can turn the camera away from me if you want to eat or something. You don't have to do it in front of me, but just leave the computer on so you don't have to like leave the class and then get, you know, worry about coming back into the class. Okay. So is everybody in here now? Okay, Griselda, Danielle. I don't see Diana yet or Steph.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, sorry. I'm just
That's
gonna
okay.
call. It's not coming up on mine. All right. I have Angela. Jasmine, is she in yet? No. Griselda's in. Stephanie's in.
Miss Janie, I'm right here.
Who? Oh, I got you, Jasmine. Sorry. Got you in. I was thinking of Diana. I don't know why I said that, your name.
I've
Okay.
been right here.
Oh, there. See, I don't get all of you in here. I don't know why. And it doesn't show me on my little screen over here anymore either.
Well, there's like a little thing in the top right-hand corner. It'll say
That's
like,
what I've been doing. Yeah. But it only gives me, it gives me 3 of you on the top and 1 big screen. So sometimes I have to add. I'm on I was going to watch that stupid Zoom that I
There's
saw
different
last night.
views on the Zoom.
Huh?
There's different views that you can see it from if you want to see everybody or not, depends.
Okay, I have, wait, hold on. Okay, nope, that was not it. Okay, I have these 4 little blocks up here, and then I have a gallery. Okay, basically that's what it is. It is showing me 4 people and 1 big one. Okay, then I go over to the 4 dots, and it gives me myself in a small box, and hi, Diana, you're in front of me as a big screen. That's it. I'm like, no, it's not gonna work. Now I'm getting everybody. It's weird. Because it shifts for me in the middle of it. Does it shift for yours too? The entire time? No? I'm watching that YouTube thing tonight because I saw something on YouTube and it said, make your Zooms better. You know, yours is too. I'm like, I'm going to find that one. Watch it. Okay. So let's just finish this. Everybody's back in here, right? Good. Okay. We are, hold on. Down at the bottom, camouflage makeup, right? Okay. Had to get rid of my mint there. All right, you have 3 blocks. The first one is the objective is to normalize the appearance of the clients or patients who experience disfigurement. Okay, the objective is to normalize the appearance of clients or patients who've experienced disfigurement, either from a surgery or an accident or a disease, or even a congenital defect. Okay, there's all different reasons why people might have a defect. But basically, we're trying to normalize it the best we can. Every once in a while, the skin shows, okay, I was going to tell you about that. The skin show that normally would have been like in July or August, that was called From Skin Inc. They were going to do it online and now they've decided not to do it at all. So most of those skin shows that normally show up throughout the year are coming back next year. Just an FYI. So you'll have a show like in January, towards the end of January, which is the big West Coast one in Long Beach. You'll want to kind of get to one of those one year. Go to that one, it's a big one. And then there's another one that's in the Bay Area. I think it's in the San Francisco, somewhere in there. Okay, San Francisco or Oakland, but they have this smaller skin show. It's just skin and usually has nails in there. Okay, and then there's one in Vegas. So those are your 3 main skin shows. Every time there's a hair show, more than likely they have a little bit of skin, but not much. But I'm telling you, those 3 are strictly skin. Okay, so you'll find a lot of stuff out for those shows, like equipment and supplies and products and stuff like that. There's just about everybody there. Okay, the second one, it says to be willing to learn proper documentation methods to communicate with your medical community. Okay, be willing to learn proper documentation methods to communicate with the medical community. Here's another idea. You can go to the hospitals, okay, or go to your plastic surgeon or dermatologist and tell them that you are experienced in, say, makeup after surgery, okay, in different types, and or even ask them if he'll train you. There's a lot of ways to get around that. But usually at these skin shows, they will have different classes that you can take on top of that admittance into the show. Okay. Even if you're not going to be working like in his office, like a doctor's office, okay, you can always hook up with one and say, you know, I can send my clients to you if you want to send your patients to me for like follow-up or just a basic skincare. Because they don't really go into it. If there's a nurse there, she doesn't know what you know as far as an esthetician, as far as how the skin's going to behave. They really don't.
Do estheticians often work with dermatologist offices?
Yes,
Oh,
they do.
okay. So you just build like a relationship with the dermatologist and they can just start recommending people, or do you
Exactly.
work at the dermatologist
Once you
office?
build a rapport, like I've told this to the girls, and sometimes they can't get an appointment to talk to the doctor. So I said, sometimes you might have to pay for the appointment to see him, like a consult, so that you can at least express what you have in mind as far as your ideas. Maybe he can come to your salon and do, you know, once a month or something like that and do injections for your clients, okay? If he comes one day and he make it worth his while, so you have enough clients there that'll make it for him to come one day a week. And he can always like refer back to, or you can refer back to him if you need medical advice. So you kind of work as a partnership if you want to. Okay.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure if like you could actually find jobs at dermatology
Oh, yeah.
offices to work there too. I had no idea.
Yeah, because the nurses are not trained in the skin like you are. They are trained in injections and, you know, the body and all that other stuff, but they're not trained like really in depth about the skin like you are. So they do hire estheticians in there. Okay. I've had a couple of them come from plastic. My students alone have gone to plastic surgeons, okay, out in Sacramento. But let me tell you this, when you're working in a doctor's office, okay, it's going to be clinical, which means you're not going to have that one-on-one, you know, with your client, that feeling of I'm making you feel better, you know, you're relaxed, all that kind of stuff, making it so cozy and stuff. It's more clinical. So even though she got a job with a plastic surgeon, she was really kind of left it after 6 months because the money was good. But she goes, I never got to really give a good facial because the doctor literally had patients going down the hall to use the bathroom for everybody on that floor, you know, like all the businesses on that floor, and using soap from the bathroom to wash her face and then come back. And all she was doing was applying the peels. Okay. That's all she got paid for. So he'd actually tell her that she could, you know, further in her product knowledge to those patients of his. Okay. But basically she's not doing any of the nice hair removal and, you know, all the other stuff that makes it kind of fun to be an esthetician. So it was more clinical than it was the aesthetic part of it, okay, which is about the beauty and everything. Okay, so just be aware of that. All right. Your third one, though, is camouflage experts work with the following types of client needs. Does that have that in there for you? Okay, so we're going to go through the first one. It's a post-burn injury client, okay, or survivor. Post-burn injury survivor. Okay. The next one is going to be cancer survivors. The next one is patients with congenital lesions, which they have lesions at birth. And then the next one is patients with birthmarks. How about patients scarring due to lacerations, which is like a slash, you know, cut of some sort. So patients with scarring due to lacerations. Okay. The next one is patients with dermatological conditions. So dermatology conditions, you can just put that in there. And then patients with HIV and AIDS, that's another one you can put in there. And the last one, the post-surgical patient, the one that just had surgery. She wants to wear a little bit of makeup, okay? There's only certain makeups that can be applied after surgery. You realize that, right? Not all makeup can be applied right after.
Miss Janie, so going into surgery, like after, so if you go under like anesthesia or anything, it dries out your skin like a lot. And it's like, it's really intense.
It is until that body actually gets it out of its system, which could be almost a week, they say. Okay, and then you've got one more block at the bottom, and it says the goal is to educate clients to apply their own makeup every day. Unless you're a makeup artist and you're going to go over there and, you know, put makeup on J-Lo every morning. So you're trying to show them how to take care of their own skin and makeup. Let me shut the door here. Okay. All right. We should be on the next page, right? On 383. All right. So at the top, it talks about product knowledge. This is another thing that you would be doing inside of a physician's, discussing product knowledge, how to keep their skin maintained and how to take care of it while going through that process. So they recommend you have 3 types of products on hand, okay? The first one is a cream that is either oily, light, and less opaque, okay? Cream that is oily, light, and less opaque, meaning like white, right? Chalky. The second one would be a waxy or opaque preparation. Okay. And the last one is a powdery based product. You want to stay away from talcs. Okay, so you can have powder, but you don't want talc in there. So those are the 3 types of products that you need on hand. They're talking about makeup and stuff like that, okay? Those type of products. Okay, this is supposed to go right above the additional training required, okay? Because there's 3 lines in there. You're gonna put in there cystic acne, okay? You wanna increase their coverage by stippling over the areas needing that additional coverage, okay? Increase the coverage by stippling over areas that need additional coverage. Right, that second line, you're going to put in there a port wine stain. Does everybody know what a port wine stain is? It's kind of like a big purple mark that's usually here that from birth. Okay. I know you've seen them when they show you they're doing corrective makeup. When they sell corrective makeup, they're like, oh, it covers tattoos and it covers up, you know, birthmarks. Basically, that's what they're talking about. So you want to apply the camouflage makeup first to totally block out that color. Okay. So apply the camouflage cream first to totally black out that color because it's red. It looks like a purple. I don't know how to explain it. It's a purple spot. I go, it's like a little strawberry patch, but it's big.
What is it called again? I couldn't really hear you.
Oh, it's port wine stain.
Ones.
Wine stain. Mm-hmm. Okay. I know that there's a couple of like top models, I guess, that have where they have the vitiligo where there's different skin tones on there and they're using it, but there's also one that has a port wine stain too. So I don't know, just recently everybody's making it's beautiful just to have your skin normal no matter what it is. Okay, and it's kind of nice. All right, your additional training required. Okay, that's where we're at now. Okay, medical boards in various states or regions will offer certificates in camouflage makeup. Okay, medical boards in various states or regions offer certificates in camouflage makeup. Okay. You also have to consider training in these areas, okay? You want to be in like a medical aesthetic type of makeup training, theatrical makeup, and they even want you to know the fundamentals of psychology, okay? Because how that's going to affect that patient. Because they know if the patient isn't feeling good about themselves, they're not going to heal very quickly. It's going to lag on the healing process. So if you can take extra classes on that sometimes, if these skin shows, do it. Okay, because it's totally worth it. It's just a little bit more information that you can have in your tool belt. Okay. Corrective makeup considerations. Okay. You can use makeup to change size, shape, or emphasis of a particular feature. The use of makeup basically can change the size, shape, and emphasis of a particular feature or characteristic, right? Even if they want to de-emphasize it. So they can either emphasize or de-emphasize, okay? Changes in shape, size, and features, okay? Kind of goes back to what I said, even though we always go back to the oval face shape, nowadays, because people like to have that bone structure, you're changing it, right? To a different appearance now. Okay, eyelash and eyebrow tinting. Okay, but next to that, esthetician cannot do this. A cosmetologist can, but an esthetician cannot. Okay. And I don't even know if it's allowed in like Utah, those states that offer 1,200 hours. It might, but I'm not sure. All right, what you're going to put in there, it involves darkening the eyebrows or eyelashes with a semi-permanent tint. Okay, it involves darkening the eyebrows and eyelashes with a semi-permanent tint. You notice I didn't say lighten. It does not lighten. Okay, they will only go darker. And it basically takes about 30 minutes to do the procedure from start to finish. Okay. And it's actually says it's applied with a spool-like type brush, but no, it's not. What we do is we take toothpicks and we take a little bit of cotton and you kind of roll it on the end of it. Have you ever used a manicuring tool where they had a wooden stick and they put a little cotton on the end so they can push back your cuticles kind of? Well, you're going to put a little bit of cotton on there, kind of make it like a Q-tip, and that's what you're going to use to either apply to the lashes or the brows, okay? Not a spoolie. Because if you think about it, that little spoolie is going to like splash. So that's why you're not supposed to do it with that. Usually with a Q-tip and cotton. Okay. Product knowledge again. Okay. It's essential to use an aniline-free tint product. Okay. It's essential to use an aniline-free tint product. Okay. Aniline basically means permanent hair color because it's the color that's in permanent hair color. And that's usually what we PD test for people, like called an allergy test or a 24-hour test. Okay, before we put permanent color on someone, we have to give them a test to make sure they're not allergic to it. Because quite a few people are. That's why you would never want to apply it to their eyes. Ever. Okay. And then we have airbrushing, right? So the application technique is going to allow greater control over the amount of pigment that's being placed. This is kind of funny because we use a lot of foundation, whether it's cream, liquid, or powder, okay, on a day-to-day basis. But when you're using airbrush, it's just like barely hardly any coming out of that tube. And you have to actually water it down if you're going to put it in a gun. You can't just take your regular makeup and put it in that gun and try to use it as airbrush because it will clog it. So it's a watery. It's kind of funny, it's so watered down, and yet it covers so well. It covers better than any type of, cream or heavy makeup. So it allows the greatest control over the amount of pigment being applied. And the pigment is coming out through an airstream, okay, like a glue gun, okay, or a gun-like compressor is what it's used. So the air comes through it and just. But if you are interested, who else is interested in this type of a makeup class? Okay, this one's different than the one I was talking about before, okay, where you'd customize, okay? Just an FYI, all right? So this one usually runs about, I think, 500 with your gun and your makeup and all that kind of stuff. So it's not bad. And it's a 1 or 2 day class, I can't remember. But you get all your stuff.
Are we able to take out a loan for it, or do we have to pay it like then and
You
there?
have to ask, but you might, depending on what your circumstances are as far as your loan. Okay. I don't know. Everyone's different because everyone's on a different type of loan. You know what I'm saying? Some are on Parent Plus and we're just taking out a regular loan. I don't know what it is. Okay. But you could ask. You certainly can ask. Okay, permanent makeup. Here we go. This is our tattooing, right? It involves the placement of colorants into the skin for the purpose of cosmetic enhancement. So it involves the placement of colorants into the skin for the purpose of cosmetic enhancement. So it can do the same thing, either and or, okay? So it can actually enhance something, okay? Or replace or de-emphasize any area, okay, when you're using permanent makeup. Some people might have had like a lip that was irregular right here, okay? Like on one side it was, and it's very noticeable. So they can do lip pigment right in here to make it balanced to look like this one, okay? Also too, a lot of women will come to you and ask you if you know somebody that can do this. So women that have gone through breast augmentation because they've had cancer or something like that. And I've had a lot of them ask me about tattooing so that they want to have someone put the areola back on, because they still, you know, on enhancements, they will actually use your own. But if you've had it totally removed, they need to put that back on. So they use a tattoo to put the areola back on. So you have that different color change. So they'll ask you questions like that. And you want to know that you have a tattoo artist that you can send them to, either that or a plastic surgeon. One thing I want you to put into that little area right there is proper infection control is crucial, okay? Proper infection control is crucial. I did work with someone that was a manicurist and a tattoo artist, did permanent makeup, and she had to have a separate room for just the tattooing, okay? I did the aesthetics and someone else did nails, and she also did nails, but when she wasn't working on nails, she had to have a separate room to do the tattooing, and it was outside of my area too, because it's not within our scope. Does that make sense? So it was in the same building, but it wasn't in the same room. Okay, just know that. The very bottom here, okay, makeup trends and colors quite often change with the fashion sessions or seasons. How can you stay abreast of current makeup trends and colors? What would you do?
I just I just check on social media, like even like with Allure Beauty, they're the kind of the first to know. I've kind of found that before, like Cosmopolitan, like even in magazines and stuff. So it's
You get
super
more
cool.
off of the Instagram, of other people's Instagrams than you would if you got a hold of one of our makeup books or skincare books, okay? Because they only come out every 2 months, where hair magazines come out every month, but you get more, you have an array of people that you can actually watch and copy and learn from. So yes.
Yeah, like I follow Scott Barnes. He's been JLo's makeup artist since like before like when she was like Jenny on the block, like that's how far back he goes with her. And like his techniques are really cool, and he's super knowledgeable about stuff, and like it's really cool.
Aw. Does anybody else in here look on social media for makeup hints? Good, because you should keep abreast of that at all times. Okay.
I like to follow makeup artists from like other countries too. Like
Yeah.
especially in France, there's like there's like 3 artists I follow on Instagram from France because they have a more like natural / modern approach. It's a lot different than out here. And then just like even like I have a few makeup artists in Africa I follow, and even there it's like completely different than here in the States, you know. It's really cool.
I'm going to follow you here in just a minute so I can look at those other countries. Grisela, you're trying to tell me something? I see hands coming up like this.
No, sorry, I'm just massaging my hands.
Oh, okay. I see this, it's like a little hand going like this, and I didn't know it was a baby or what. Okay, so that's the end of this chapter. What's my time on this? I don't even have my phone right here. Okay, let's see. We've got 11:35. We might be able to get through our questions, test questions. Okay, let's see if we can do that. And hopefully there's only, there's 50. But we'll start. If we don't finish today, we'll finish tomorrow. It's not a big deal, okay? So you have 50 questions. Okay, you all ready now? Okay, so number 1, it says, which of the following statements identifies the law of color? Okay, and the answer is 3 colors are pure. Okay, 3 colors are pure. Which colors are they? Do you know? Red, blue, and yellow.
Red, blue, and yellow. Oh.
Those are the ones we can't mix or can't make anyways.
Can you
All right.
repeat that, please?
Which of the following statements identifies the law of color? Okay, and the answer is 3 colors are pure. And you should only write down the answer, okay? If you have to write some of the question just so that you know what the answer is, that's another part. Okay. Number 2 is going to be a not question. Okay. So it says, which of the following colors is not a primary color? And you're going to put green is not a primary color. Okay. Green. Avery, have you taken any of these test questions before? I don't think so, huh? This is going to be your first test, right?
Do you mean through pivot point?
Yeah. Well, no, like in the classroom like this.
Not yet. No, I've just done the pivot ones.
Okay, so this is a different one you're going to take when you come back in on Thursday. So
Okay.
as we go through the chapters, yes, you'll do those little challenges and stuff online, but this is the actual test that gets recorded in your book. Okay, so I go through and give the girls the answers to it, and if they write the definition of that answer in some way, they'll be able to answer that question in any way, shape, or form. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You know the definition of it, basically. Okay. All right, number 3, what's the name of the color category that consists of orange, green, and violet colors? Secondary. Secondary is the answer. 4, what does mixing primary with their neighboring secondary color in equal proportions produce? Okay, tertiary colors. It's TERTIARY. Okay, 5, 3 primary, 3 secondary, and 6 tertiary colors positioned in a wheel comprise what? The color wheel. The answer is the color wheel. 6, a hue with white added is identified by which of the following terms? It's known as a tint, T-I-N-T. 7, which of the following terms describes the warmth or coolness of colors? Okay, it's tone. Tone. 8, which of the following statements identifies the 3 skin tone categories? Okay, and it's warm, cool, and neutral is the answer. Warm, cool, and neutral. Okay, 9, a hue with black added is identified by which of the following terms? And it's known as a shade. Shade. 10, which of the following terms describes the ideal or classic face shape? Oval. 11 is a not question. Which of the following words does not describe a face shape? A rectangle. A rectangle. 12. What cosmetic product used in contouring creates a dull finish? Powder. Powder. 13. The art of arranging light and dark to produce the illusion of 3-dimensional shapes is known as chiaroscuro, and I'll spell it. CHIAROSCURO.
What did you say, Michelle? That
It's the arrangement of lights and darks to give the illusion of a 3D picture, basically. They're using lights and darks to do it. So it's this arrangement of lights and darks to produce the illusion of a 3-dimensional shape. It's called chiaroscuro. Okay, 15, right? No, 14. Okay, it's an except question. Okay, all of the following statements are true about the oval face shape except, okay, and it's difficult to work with. Okay, it's difficult to work with because it cannot be divided equally. And we know that it can. Okay, 15. In order to add dimension to an oblong face, a hint of color should be added directly, and it's below the cheekbone. Okay, below the cheekbone. This is adding dimension to an oblong face. Okay, 16 is a not question. Which of the descriptions listed below does not identify the square face shape? Okay, it's most symmetric and balanced. It's most symmetric and balanced. Which face shape is symmetric and balanced?
Oval.
Yes, thank you. Just checking. Okay, 17. When the eyebrows are placed far apart, they make the eyes appear farther apart and can make the forehead appear wider. Okay, 18. Which of the following eyebrow designs provide balance and symmetry? Or symmetry, excuse me. And the answer is classic eyebrows. You like that one, huh, Jasmine? All right, 19. Hooded eyes can be enhanced by causing the fleshy area of the upper lid to recede using a medium shading color in its inner eye area. Okay, the inner eye area. I was watching this makeup tutorial on an Asian girl, and they was taking a thread trying to make it look like she had a lid. And I just was like in just awe because she was twisting it around, and actually she gave herself like a contour right there because she didn't have any at all because of the way her eyes sat. But it was weird how she was doing it. It looked like she was going to pinch herself. It's strange. Okay, 20, or excuse me. Yeah, 20. It's a not question. Which of the following makeup techniques does not benefit bulging eyes? Okay. And the answer is a little longer. Okay. It's using brighter colors. Okay. Using brighter colors and softly shading the upper and lower lids. So using brighter colors and softly shading the upper and lower lids. Okay, 21. Full top lips can be balanced by lining the upper lip and it's slightly inside the natural lip line. Okay, slightly inside the natural lip line. Let's see how many remember this answer. Okay, this next one. 22. During a makeup application, the chair should not recline more than how many degrees?
90.
It's actually 45. It's 45 degrees.
That was my next answer.
Yeah, 90 is straight up, and you don't want them completely laying down because then their face goes like this. Remember my face when it laid down? It's like, where did my eyebrows go?
Well, like
And then it was kind of
imagine imagine me at pageants because I was such a bad kid that they would literally just have me down on the bed to do my eyeliner and like have to hold me down because I was like so fidgety. And she's like, just let me put the eyeliner on. That's it. And so it was for the entire time. They're just have me laying down like this with my head over the bed.
I just don't get why they have to put that much makeup on little children. Okay, that just is creeping me out. Okay,
It's
I
because
agree with that.
you can do hair. I
stage-
don't care about hair. But makeup, that's just going too far.
it's because on the stage the lights flesh you out a lot. So when you're actually on the stage, it looks normal.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, like me,
Yeah, sorry, no, it doesn't. I'm like, for a pedophile, it looks normal, but I just think it's creepy.
yeah, no,
But
because
that's
I was dancing for like a very young age. Like I've been dancing since I was about 9, 10. And ever since I've known what like strip lashes were and all that. And it's so uncomfortable, but it's like the difference between like being on the stage and everything and then being backstage where everybody hates what they're wearing. Literally.
Truly, it's kind of hard for that kid to even do it. If we don't even like it when we're at our age, or, you know, being older, it's not so fun on a little kid either. Because you're right, they wiggle. They're moving targets all the time. Okay, 23 is an except question, okay? All right, the use of foundation is able to produce all of the following results except, okay, and it can't heal broken capillaries. It can't heal broken capillaries. All right, 24. What product combines foundation and powder in one step? Called cream to powder. Okay. 25. What is the most common form of foundation and is generally preferred due to its sheer natural coverage? Liquid. Liquid. Okay. 26 is a not question. Which of the following factors is not important to consider when selecting a foundation? Hair type. It has nothing to do with it. Hair type. Okay. 27. The general guideline, unless correction is required, you match the foundation with what other component? And it's skin tone. Skin tone. 28. Which undertones are found in most light skin? Yellow and blue. Yellow and blue. 29. What is the best foundation choice to make when skin on the neck is lighter than the skin on the face? Okay. And it's match a balance between the two areas. Match a balance between the two areas, like your neck and their face. Because the face is always like a little bit darker than your neck, because your neck's covered up by your head. Okay. 30. What skin tone has mahogany or blue undertones? Ebony. Ebony. Which skin tone has mahogany or blue undertones? We're talking about African American skin. Okay, so it's ebony. It's a real dark, dark skin. 31 is a not question. Which of the following undertones is not classified as warm? This one's a real trick one. Okay, red. Red's a warm tone to me, but I just didn't get this one. But when they're talking about actual undertones, red's not an undertone. Okay. 32. What is used to correct under eye circles, broken capillaries, blemishes, and dark shadowed areas on the face? Concealer. Okay. 33. A translucent powder may be combined with any foundation since it's designed to allow the skin and foundation shade to show through without adding any color, is the answer. Color. Okay. 34. For a more dramatic, cleaner looking eyebrow, it's recommended that the esthetician use and it's pencil the eyebrow. 35. The area between the crease line and the eyebrow makes up how much of the eye area? And it's 2/3. Remember, a third from the lash line to the crease, and from the crease to the brow, it's 2/3. Okay. 36. Eyeliner is used in makeup application to accent and emphasize the shape and size of the eyes and to enhance the thickness of the lashes. Well, that's not right, but that's the answer. Okay. 37 is a not question. Which of the following terms is not a benefit of mascara? Okay. It doesn't curl. Doesn't curl your lashes. Okay. 38. To define the shape of the lips, lip liner is generally applied to, and it's the outer edge of the lip. 39. The most common type of lip color is called lipstick. Lipstick. Okay, 40. Which type of lip product imparts a shiny appearance and can be used as a highlighter? Okay, lip gloss. Lip gloss. Okay. 41. Which cosmetic product purifies and balances the skin's pH levels? A toner. Toner. 42. Which of the following products removes excess surface skin cells? Exfoliator. 43. What product is used to create an uneven skin tone and uniform surface? Foundation. Foundation. 44. Which type of makeup product conceals or neutralizes discolorations and diminishes the appearance of blemishes? Concealer. 45. Which of the following cosmetic products adds color and texture to the lips? Lip color. Lip color. Okay. 46 is an except question. All of the following methods describe the use of latex sponges except, and it's removing stray hairs. You can't do that. Okay, removing stray hairs. 47. What makeup implement is used to shape the brows, remove stray hairs, and apply artificial eyelashes? Tweezers. Tweezers. Okay. 48. Which would be the next step following the application of concealer in a basic makeup procedure? Apply loose powder. Okay, apply loose powder. 49, a makeup specialty that involves placing colorants into the skin for the purpose of cosmetic enhancement, medical corrections, or aesthetic restoration is called permanent makeup. And your last one, eyelash and eyebrow tinting requires which of the following procedures? Okay, performing a patch test 24 hours prior to the service. Okay. It requires a patch test, which is also known as a predisposition test, okay? PD test. So it stands for 24-hour allergy test. All of those all mean the same thing. Make sure that she's not allergic to it. Okay, that should cover today's work and theory. Any questions, comments, and concerns? No.
Can you repeat number 4?
Number 4, yeah. Okay, number 4, what does mixing primary colors with their neighboring secondary colors in equal proportions produce? Tertiary colors. T-E-R-T-I-A-R-Y. Any others? Okay, so I'm not going to put the words for the test on there that you did, because we just did that, but I will make a copy of the homework that you're supposed to do throughout the day today, and I'll put it on zip. In fact, when I close this down, I'll go make copies, okay? And send it to you on the zip, all right? Okay, girls, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks.